I stole GE's slogan, used it for years. GE used to say, our most important product is progress. And that's not true. At the University of Louisville, our most important product is sitting in this audience. You guys, the alums, are what it's all about. And if we contributed to your success, if we contributed to failure, don't tell us. But if it's even success, it's great. Now I wanted to briefly say, I wanted to go through 6 or so stories real quick. You guys will like this. Number 1, I'd been on campus one day. I came in 1972. And I had to advise students. I didn't know anything. And for those of you who are veterans, you remember the old white registration cards. Had to be signed in black. Well, some student came in, I need to take this. I said, okay, I signed it with a blue pen. Why? Oh, you can't do that. Well, why not? Well, you can't. It says black ink on it. I said, well, that's stupid. Well, who made that rule? Well, I go over to registration and met, on my first day here, Harry Bachman. Now, some of you will remember Harry Bachman, and he was not a friend to students. For those of you who grew up in that era, I said, well, I signed this. Well, it's not in black. I said, this student, well, the student got registered, and I did not make a friend with Harry Bachman. No loss for me. President Miller, who was arguably the worst president we ever had. Political science had been exiled to Stevenson Hall on the 3rd floor, and then we were supposed to move to where political science is now, the old home ec building. And oh, well, we can't do that, etc. And I said, and I stood across from President Miller at this table, and I was untenured. I said, you lied, God damn it, you lied! And I just went off. And then I said, oh, God. You know, I'm untenured. Why did I do that? Well, it turns out that Miller couldn't see. He wouldn't wear glasses because he was so damn vain, he couldn't see him. So as long as I didn't say anything to him, I was safe. For those of you who were here in the late 70s, you may remember the party in the previous, not remodeled Red Barn with Jim Jones Joy Juice. The worst party I've ever been to in my life, with political science majors looking like trees after a tornado laying on the grass. Then the person, I'm putting that specifically because the person who made Jim Jones Joy Juice is here tonight. I knew I'd been here too long when a student whose name is Emma April came to me, and she came to me. I was in my office, and she was crying. I didn't know who she was. She was crying, some, I don't know what. And I said, well, what's the matter? And she said, I don't remember what the problem was, but I said, oh, that's easy. And it was. I called somebody up, and I said, this student needs to do whatever it was she needed to do. And the student said, fine. And they said, I said, you're okay. She said, well, thanks, Dr. Laemmle. My mom said you could take care of it. I said, some of you heard the name of Lindsay Renee tonight. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about Lindsay that she didn't want me to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I've done commencement for a long time, and part of that is doing all the regalia and stuff like that. We had a board of trustees chair who had a head like this. And I was trying to say, well, we've got to find some stuff to fit her, etc. I said, Lindsay, come over here. Oh, no, I don't want to. I said, you're about the same size. Bend over. Let me see. Yeah, it's about right. I go like this. And so I put this hat on, and I said, Dad, you've got a pinhead. This will do, and it did. From that point forward, every time I call Lindsay, I say, hello, pinhead. And she says, hello. And then she calls and says, pinhead here. So when you see Lindsay, you no longer call her Lindsay. You can call her pinhead. Thank you. She won't talk to me anymore, probably, etc. You saw a couple of dress-up day things. I had all kinds of really funny pictures from dress-up day. Humiliation, it's always fun to humiliate students, and that's what we paid for. But this one student came as me. And honest to God, had every mannerism and the dress and all that stuff. It was the most fulfilling. I don't know if Dave Laemmle's here, but we used to take all the old surplus computers and everything over to my Ford Hall in the library, and then we'd throw them off the roof of the library. And students could bring appropriate beverages if they chose. This was not an official university event. And we were up there and we're throwing these things off, and people are celebrating. Dave Woffler, who was in the library and helped me. He was the one who got stuff up on the roof for us. He said, Larry Houser called. For those of you who don't know who Larry Houser is, he's right there. Oh, Larry, we're there. And Dave said, oh God, what are y'all doing? Oh, we're throwing all the old computers off the roof. And Larry said, well, I didn't know we did that. I'm sorry, let me just do two more. After President Shoemaker got inaugurated, I said, the physical plant guys really worked their butts off. So I said, let's have a party for them, for Ed Warren, my beer, and I have all kinds of fun. Well, and he said, great idea, we'll go over it. And had this good party, and Dr. Shoemaker and Tim Hines had a processional, a mock inauguration. And Tim Hines was me, and Dr. Shoemaker gave me one of those blow-up dolls. Because it was the only person, he said, who could ever work under Phil Laemmle. So when I retired, I said, I had all that stuff in my office, which you guys didn't see a picture of, but I had all this stuff in my office. And I said I wanted to have a big party, I wanted to have students come, and I wanted to sell everything in the audience, and we would use the money from that stuff to buy furniture for Ford Hall. Students sold it. And we did that. And they sold the blow-up doll, sold for $450. But before that, I had to get it. So I was in the Red Barn, and it was like 6 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. Jerry Mark, are you here tonight? Good. So I had my car parked, I had an old van, I had it parked over behind the Red Barn in the parking lot. And I had those two super attractive young women who were there because they'd helped at commencement. And this blow-up doll and a big box of stuff. So I'm going to go over to put this stuff in the car. And I'm walking across campus with this blow-up doll and these two really attractive women. And there wasn't a person around. I said, where's Justice? I said, that would have done more to enhance my reputation. Well, I could go on, and I won't. Let me tell you two pieces of advice that's good advice. For those of you who know that Kurt Vonnegut, they had the Kurt Vonnegut's graduation story that he really didn't say. But one good piece of advice is always double knot your shoes. The second good piece of advice that I've told students forever, and I will continue to tell people, if you're tired of talking to someone on the phone, hang up on them while you're talking. They never expect it. Well, finally, I'm going to tell you the best joke for all ages that I heard in the last decade. What did the snail say while riding on the turtle's back? Thank you all so much. It's a great honor. You guys